Hi guys, so I've been thinking a lot today about manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption, kind of my journey on that, and then people's opinions, I guess you could say. I was thinking about how I've always considered myself to be a really logical person, and how a lot of people might say people who believe in manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption, all that stuff are not really like logical minded type, not really like the intellectual, maybe more like focused on intuition and just like gut feelings. And I mean, maybe there's some truth to that, or there's truth to that for some people, but for me, definitely it's a combo. I think that one of the reasons why I was like majorly nuts about law of attraction when I learned about it was because it felt like I remembered something. It just felt like I knew there's something to this. I know that this is right. I know there's something here, but I didn't know why. So yeah, that would be intuition. But the logical part of me had to know why. So I had to also, test it out and things like that. And so to me, if you're a logical person, then you are always asking questions. You're always asking why and wanting to learn more. And I wanted to see if you guys would want to share your thoughts on that actually. So if you wanted to like write anything in the comments about your thoughts about manifestation, your experiences, and what you believe about why and how it works. Yeah, why are we able to manifest? Have you thought about that? Like, what is going on there? So that was the beginnings of my realizations about reality, of the major ones where it led me down like having to just know like more. There's just, it had to make sense. Like I had, the logical, like the intellect is going, so I just I just wanted to put that out there. I know for me, when I first started learning about it, it was Abraham Hicks, who channels the multidimensional beings that call themselves Abraham, that channel through Esther. But yeah, that was some of the first. My mom gave me the book Ask and It Is Given, and then later down the road I watched the movie The Secret, and yeah, it just really excited me. But I had to know why the heck would we be able to manifest. Made me really start looking at how everything must be not so solid, it made me think more about that and what I learned about atoms, and maybe there's more to that. And then that led me to like learning about frequency and state, like law of assumption with Neville Goddard, your state of being and how that manifests. So it just really like started the rabbit hole. So I was also thinking about how manifestation is like the beginning of, it's almost like the baby part of our influence in the more spiritual realm, if you want to look at it that way. But it's so scientific too. So I mean, you could look at it so many ways, but it's mathematical, it's scientific, it could you spiritual in that, it's God within us. It's us as God, like we are literally creating reality. That's what manifestation is. We're creating realities made out of us, that we're doing that. It made me think about learning about law of attraction, which I don't really think it's exactly attraction. I mean, that's part of it, maybe, like in a way. I think it's more like we're materializing things like to exist, and that everything is actually no thing, but then we make it a thing. It's all experienced within. There's so much to this. I'm going to be making so many videos. Yeah, so my thoughts though, I went back to thinking about babies, and when they're first discovering that they can have an influence on reality because they have appendages that move things. They have their little fingers, they can pinch things and pick them up, and they're discovering this, like how their body works and how they actually have an influence. They push something or drop something, it falls down, and And then they're testing you too. They start to drop something to see what you do, and you pick it up, and they get excited about this new game. But yeah, their appendages work to actually have an influence on reality, so they get all excited. I remember when my son did that, and I put him on the floor to roll a ball to him instead of picking up the thing over and over again, and how excited he was. His little hands and feet actually started going in little swirls. Like, his little feet were doing swirls. Like, I don't know how he did that, but yeah, like, he was so happy and giggling and excited, and managed to roll the ball back to me with all of his appendages. His little tiny feet and hands all pushed the ball back to me, and then he was like so amazed that he did that, you know. So to me, that's kind of what manifestation is like the beginnings of the rabbit hole, like to really see there's so much more here. But okay, I just really got excited about the idea of sharing that, and I kind of meant for this to be a short, but it's longer, so oh well. Here it is, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.